Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the juicy, vibrant, and surprisingly fascinating world of fruits. We eat them all the time, but how much do we really know about them? Get ready to have your mind blown because we've got 10 amazing fruit facts that will make you look at your fruit bowl in a whole new way. Let's get started. First up, did you know that bananas are technically berries? I know, right? It sounds crazy, but botanically speaking, a berry is a fruit produced from the ovary of a single flower, with the outer layer of the ovary wall developing into a fleshy pericarp. That's a fancy way of saying it has a soft skin, fleshy middle, and contains seeds on the inside. So by that definition, bananas, grapes, and even avocados are berries. But strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries? So next time someone corrects you, you'll know the real botanical truth. Speaking of things not being what they seem, let's talk about pineapples. How do they grow? If you guessed on a tree, you're not alone, but you'd be wrong. Pineapples actually grow from a leafy terrestrial plant on the ground. A single pineapple plant produces just one pineapple per season. The plant itself is a spiky, shrub-like thing, and the pineapple fruit grows right out of the top center. Even weirder, it takes about 18 to 24 months for a pineapple to grow to full size. So the next time you enjoy a slice of this tropical delight, take a moment to appreciate the incredible amount of time and effort that went into growing it. Alright, fact number 3 is all about the king of fruits, the durian, famous for its unique aroma. The smell is so potent that it's banned on public transportation in many parts of Southeast Asia. But why does it smell so strongly? Scientists found that durian contains a complex mix of over 50 different chemical compounds responsible for its scent. Some of these compounds smell sweet and fruity, like caramel and honey, while others smell savory or pungent, like roasted onion, sulfur, and even cheese. It's this bizarre combination that creates its unforgettable odor. Love it or hate it, you have to admit, it's a very complex fruit. Now, let's move on to something a little less controversial. Apples. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? But did you know that if you plant a seed from your favorite apple, say a Granny Smith, the tree that grows won't produce Granny Smith apples? It's true. Apple trees grown from seed are a genetic lottery. They're called extreme heterozygotes, meaning they have a huge amount of genetic diversity. The resulting fruit could be completely different in taste, size, and color from its parent. To get a consistent type of apple, growers use a technique called grafting. They take a branch from a desired apple tree and attach it to the rootstock of another tree. So, every single Granny Smith apple you've ever eaten is essentially a clone from the original tree. Fact number 5 takes us to Japan, home of the square watermelon. Have you ever seen one of these? They look like they came straight out of a video game. But they aren't a special genetically modified species. Farmers grow them in square, tempered glass boxes. As the watermelon grows, it fills the container and takes on its shape. The original purpose wasn't just for novelty. It was for practicality. Square watermelons fit more easily into refrigerators and are easier to stack and ship. However, because they are harvested before they are fully ripe to maintain the shape, they are often more ornamental than edible and can be incredibly expensive, selling for hundreds of dollars. Next up, let's talk about the humble fig. Figs are fascinating because they have a unique relationship with a tiny insect called the fig wasp. You see, figs aren't technically fruits. They're inflorescences, or inverted flowers. The flowers are all on the inside, so how do they get pollinated? That's where the fig wasp comes in. A female wasp crawls inside a tiny opening in the fig to lay her eggs. In the process, she pollinates the internal flowers. Her offspring hatch, mate, and the new female wasps, carrying pollen, fly off to find another fig to lay their eggs in, continuing the cycle. The fig then digests the original mother wasp using an enzyme called ficin. So, you eating wasps when you eat a fig? Not really. By the time we eat them, the wasp has been completely broken down. Still, it's a wild piece of natural engineering. Fact number 7 might make you pucker up. Lemons are not naturally occurring fruits. Mind-boggling, I know. Lemons are actually a hybrid, a man-made cross between a bitter orange and a citron. This crossbreeding likely happened thousands of years ago in India or China. So while they seem like a staple of the natural world, lemons are a product of human cultivation and ingenuity. And here, as a bonus fact, a single lemon tree can produce up to 600 pounds of lemons in a year. That's a lot of lemonade. Let's sweeten things up again with fact number 8, which is about cranberries. How are they harvested? You might picture people picking them from bush, and sometimes that's true, but the most common method is much cooler. Cranberries grow on low-lying vines and bogs. When the berries are ripe, farmers flood the bogs with water. Cranberries have small pockets of air inside them, which makes them buoyant. The farmers then use water reels, kind of like giant egg beaters, to churn the water and knock the berries off the vines. The cranberries float to the surface, creating a stunning red sea of fruit. They are then corralled together and collected. It's an incredibly efficient and visually stunning process. Fact number 9 involves one of the world's most popular fruits, the orange. Oranges are famous for their color, so much so that the color was named after the fruit, not the other way around. Before the fruit was introduced to the English-speaking world, the color was simply called jello red, which is Old English for yellow red. But here's the twist. Oranges aren't always orange. In tropical climates where it's always warm, the chlorophyll in the orange peel doesn't break down, so the fruit can stay green or yellowish green even when it's perfectly ripe and sweet. The oranges we see in supermarkets are often exposed to ethylene gas or cold temperatures to trigger the breakdown of chlorophyll and bring out that classic orange color that consumers expect. And finally, our 10th fact is about the incredible diversity of fruits. We're used to seeing the same dozen or so types in our local grocery store, but there are thousands upon thousands of edible fruit varieties in the world. Have you ever heard of a miracle berry which makes sour things taste sweet? Or the jabuticaba, a fruit that grows directly on the trunk of its tree? What about the snake fruit, named for its reddish-brown scaly skin? The world of fruit is vast and full of wonders that most of us have never experienced. It is a great reminder of the amazing biodiversity our planet has to offer and a great excuse to visit an international market and try something new and exotic. So there you have it, 10 mind-blowing facts about the fruits we thought we knew. From bananas being berries to lemons being man-made, the fruit world is full of surprises. Which fact did you find the most interesting? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future explorations. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.